Hi everyone. Well, it feels a little odd to say Happy New Year at the end of January, but why not? Happy New Year, Pioneer. Now, most of you watching this will know that this year, 2024, is the year that we celebrate 40 years of Pioneer. We're taking over the Hayes Conference Centre in Derbyshire, and to date, we've sold so many tickets that we now only have a very limited number of rooms left. But you can still join us online, and today we will be releasing day tickets, which allows more people to join in the fun. Now, the theme of our Leaders Conference is 40, Sing a New Song, based on Psalm 40. And my sense is that this is not just a psalm and a theme for a conference, but this is actually something that God is saying to us for 2024 as we move into a new day for Pioneer. The first few verses of Psalm 40 say this: He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Many will see and fear the Lord and put their trust in him. So Pioneer, we are called to stand on the rock and we're called to sing a new song. Interestingly, a friend sent me a picture at the start of the year with no knowledge of the fact that we're shaping the conference around these verses from Psalm 40. The picture that she had been given was this, and she labelled it High Pinnacle Rock and sent it to me. And as I've reflected on this picture of a solid rock standing tall, my sense is that while standing firm, with our feet firmly planted, 2024 will continue to see shaking and uncertainty all around us. I don't think that's pessimistic, it's just defining reality, which leaders are called to do. We know, don't we, there are fundamental issues with our economy that will continue to see a cost of living crisis and possible crashes and recessions. Key elections are happening in 2024, obviously here and over the pond, which could have seismic implications for the world. There are wars and rumours of wars. This year we'll see AI come into the mainstream of our lives with all its opportunities and dangers. One great quote I heard last week was this: AI will never have the mind of Christ. And sadly, the shaking will continue in God's church as God refines his church and gets us ready for what he wants to do in and through us. And so with all this mud and mire around us, God promises to set our feet on a rock, to give us a firm place to stand. And the picture is of a high rock. There's something about this year about going higher up, gaining a different vantage point, seeing from the heavenly realm where we are actually seated with Christ. We are to ascend the hill of the Lord with clean hands and a pure heart and stand firm on his truth, his word, his ways, and his perspective. So even when the shaking is felt, our feet are set on a rock. Our eyes can see what is happening from a higher vantage point, and our mouths will sing a new song. And I believe the tone of our song as Pioneer, as we celebrate 40 years, is one full of hope. You know, the gospel works and it brings life into new spaces and places. We will see new missional communities planted and into specific places. We will be amazed at the hunger that we see this year in people seeking authentic truth and meaning. You know, we saw a marked trend not seen before in the last few months of 2023 here at Open Heaven, where 18 people wandered onto our campus congregation and asked for a Bible. We're going to see salvation, supernatural, and community transformation. Verse 3 of Psalm 40 says, many will see and put their trust in him. So the tone of our song will be full of hope and also full of humility. There will be learnings from the Pioneer Review that will be published later on this year, and we are okay with that. You know, we haven't got everything right over the last 40 years of Pioneer, and where we need to apologise, we're happy to. Where we need to strengthen some areas, we will. This new chapter gives us a chance to model some new ways of doing leadership and further helps our church communities reflect the nature and the character of Christ in all that we do. So, 2024, Psalm 40, standing firm on the rock and singing a new song. You know, some of our songwriters from across the network have been writing a new song together specifically for the conference. So we look forward to singing our hearts out together in that song as we sing a new song for a new day. So remember, if you want to stay over at the annual Leaders Conference, you really had better book on today. And in a similar vein, there are about 10 tickets left for the Women Leaders Conference that include the sit-down meal. So if you want to come for the meal, then get in there quickly. If not, there will still be plenty of tickets available for joining us after the meal on Friday night. 2024 will be 40 years of Pioneer stories so far. "40 is a significant number, often meaning a time of preparation before the next God assignment. The Israelites learnt deeper trust in God in their 40 years before taking the promised land. Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights before facing down the enemy, and even pregnancy lasts 40 weeks before a child is born. Our 2024 conference is called 40, Sing a New Song. We look back and thank God for our past, but we're not stopping at 40. It's time to sing a new song for Pioneer now. It's time to tell the new stories of how we're taking the gospel into new places and spaces. And to mark this milestone moment, this is going to be a residential conference. On top of powerful times of worship and teaching, we'll be building community together, sharing meals, having fun, and perhaps even popping some corks at the bar. Book on today at pioneer.org.uk.